and welcome to the start of the International Tour. This is round number 11 of 20 of Season 5 of the Sunoco Elite Series here at Falcon Hill for our first time in Canada in Sunoco Elite Series. I don't believe we've ever been to Canada before, but there's also plans for another track, Montreal, which is on the Formula 1 schedule, to appear next season in replacement of this if the testing there goes well enough. But we are here in Falcon Hill. This is a very fast-paced type of speedway, not slow at all, so expect some high speeds of upward to 200 miles an hour on the front straightaway. On pole position today, Nick Pericles had a great qualifying run. He'll start on pole here in Falcon Hill. He hasn't started as well as his teammates, but this is a great way to get his season back in check and start to go after a championship in that 98. Alongside Stephen Thompson, who won at Watkins Glen earlier this year. And after Homestead, after having a decent performance at Homestead, he seems to be looking a little bit better than he was in the American Tour. We'll see if he can keep the pace up here in Falcon Hill. On row 2, you got Alexander Rowe, your first Dodge on the list. Because it's an all-Ford front row. Alexander Rowe was right in the thick of the championship last season. He is nowhere this season, trying to get back up to the front to fight for a championship. Alongside William Carlson Jr. for Monarch Motorsports. Monarch in a little bit of trouble when it comes to their points, they're close to actually being knocked down into rank D again. We'll have to see if they can actually keep themselves in rank C. You got 10 races to go to make it up. Command incoming in just a moment. And there we go. On row 3, we got Scott Roush, who, if I'm correct, just won a race. It's been a while because we had to do the whole Royale, but Scott Roush sitting on row 3. He does have a win this season, I know that, and he's up in the top 5 in points. Roush trying to get his season continuing to get underway. Does Pericles have an issue? I think he might. No, he's speeding up. Scott Roush looking to make some time up. Alongside Cordell Paulson, your reigning champion. Don't mind the order. This is normal. Alongside Cordell Paulson, who your reigning champion, trying to make up some time. He's in the top 10 in points. I believe he is in range of the points lead. We'll have to see if he can make it up. This chaos is completely normal, by the way. On row 4, we got to be a little quicker. On row 4, you got Lorenzo Log and Jimmy Perez. Lorenzo Log down near the bottom of the points. He's got a lot of time to make up, and Jimmy Perez really having a good season for an HHR, and he might be able to get a win here today. And on row 5, you got Sean Angel, who got the Royale. He is your Season 5 Royale champion, trying to keep the momentum going, starting P9. And Zachary Fitzwater Sr. rounding out your top 10, who, again, still trying to get back on form from Season 2. Halleck start was originally P9, but after a penalty will start in P14. After what happened in Homestead, he's been given a 5-place grid penalty, dropped from P9 to P14 in qualifying. As we come out of the last corner, yeah, they go very quick around here. Even the pace car goes pretty quick. Everyone lining up, everyone getting good. Everyone is good. Yep, Downey just lining up on the grid, so everyone will be good to go. It'll be Nick Pericles who will lead it down to the green flag for our first time in Canada. In Falcon Hill, maybe our last time if the Montreal testing goes well. But as he leads it down this big front straightaway down to the green flag here in Falcon Hill. 26 laps, 1 pit stop here in Falcon Hill. Green flag is in the air. The turns 2, 3, 4 complex are going to be chaotic, so watch out for that. Oh, Rowe almost turns Pericles in 1. Yep, there they go. Everyone fighting for position in this complex. Right now it's Pericles and Rowe. I did hear contact near the back. Everyone is still going, though. But it's Rowe who's leading this race. Out of the 2, 3, 4 complex as we head into this big back straightaway. This little S bend and then back on the back straightaway. Rowe and Pericles look close, ready to fight. Lorenzo Log battling with Scott Roush as Vince Freeze has slipped in the 5th position. Where did his teammate Perez go? Oh, Perez did not have the start he wanted. Where is Jimmy Perez? There he is. I missed him. Jimmy Perez right here. Battling with Windhelm right now. Windhelm started in the 24th position, it said. And he's pretty high up now. He's not in the 24th position anymore. But as the first lap comes to an end, it's Alexander Rowe who's going to lead it. Rowe and Pericles are very tight right now. I could see Pericles mounting a challenge. No. Pericles going to stay docile for now. Going to stick behind and just wait. Trying to wrap it around the outside to get a run down the inside. Out of turn 4. Not going to get there. Now we hit into turn 5 and 6 S-bends as Roush starting to close in on these two. Thompson fighting for 4th. Lorenzo Log has not been on form this season. Second to last in points. We have not seen him on form since his season 2 days at Clever Haas Racing. Since then, he just has not been in form at all. He's trying to turn it around now. He was in P5. Actually, he's still in the top 5. He's in P5 right now. Vince Freeze was knocked out of the top 5. Lorenzo Log sitting in P5 right now, which is very impressive. I see possible another attack sent on Alexander Rowe if Pericles can get a good run turn 1 and 2. Pericles has been staying close but has not been mounting a challenge. Will he this time? Oh, he's right on his bumper. Rowe gets his bumper under. Nick Pericles back for the lead. As the brawl between these two continues, they're side by side as they're about to go into the S-bends. Roush closing behind. He could very well get himself into this battle. We're only lap 3. Remember, one pit stop going to happen around lap 20. Pericles will obtain the lead. And will get it back. The pole sitter back in the lead in Falcon Hill. Perez fighting with Iran. This is a very solid performance out of HHSR right now, as they got one member in the top 10 and another fighting for it. Carlson started a little bit higher than 8th if I'm correct, but is sitting in P8 now behind Vince Freeze, which it's being majorly rumored that Freeze is going to Monarch next season to replace the retiring Jeffrey Finn guy. I do need to move my mic real quick, get it into a better position. Okay, sorry about that. But there's a lot of rumors that Vince Freeze is going to Monarch next season after Finn guy retires, and I don't doubt that at all after Freeze drove for them in the Royale in his very first Sunoco Elite Series appearance. Now it's just being theorized he's going to get that full-time ride there next season. Pericles got a little tiny gap on Rowe, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to keep it. He might. This place is a little bit known for being able to get a gap decently easy. It's just up to how determined Rowe is to get this win. Halleck again had the penalty, started P9, is now down to P13 after his start. Ooh, teammates tussle a little bit. Skylar Johnson started near the rear of the field. She's already up to P15. Very impressive. Where's Arndt? And Jackson started almost at the tail end of the field. I mean, like 35th, 34th, up to P24. Arndt, however, dead last. Arndt has not found his pace today. And Red Stallion is the same. Red Stallion had a great pace at the Royale, but that's a no points race. Doesn't really count for much. And Bowers has made the move on Brock, it seems, for 11th. So Carson Bowers getting Fitzwater Australia up there. So we look back at the front. Rowe has been sticking this gap just about the same every lap. They're about the same lap times, if I'm correct. Yeah, almost even on lap times. So it doesn't really look like Rowe is ready to budge. But neither is Pericles. These two are in a sort of stalemate right now, and Roush has been gaining time 0.3 a lap, as he is down to about a second behind. Lorenzo Log is 0.2 up on them. Thompson's 0.3 up, and Duncan's matching them. Now Scott Roush not waiting any longer for Rowe to make a move on Pericles. Roush for second. Trying to bring a forward 1-2. But Rowe fighting back on the outside as we head into the S-bends. This is just helping Pericles. As they're out of the S-bends, back on the back straightaway. They're coming down into this very tight left-hander. And it'll be Roush. Roush got him. Now it's Roush's turn. Try to catch Pericles for what I believe is his second win of the season. Pericles going for his first of the season and the 5th of his career. He has 2 wins at CJ Racing and 2 wins at Epic Motorsports. Pericles has not won at Scott Ganassi yet, if I recall correctly. Roush has moved his way up into second now. As now it should be his goal to start going after the 98. As everyone behind is starting to close up because of the battling between these two. Lorenzo Log in 4th, close to Rowe. Look at the big train. Again, Vince Freeze, Jimmy Perez, both in the top 10. Very impressive out of these two. These two rookies have been turning heads all season long. And both are expected to get great rides next season. The question is where? Halleck retiring at season's end. P13. Just ahead of Dak Jovic. Jovic being rumored to either stay at Jock Allison or move to Roush Racing again next season to replace Ryan Monaco in the 35 after he retires. Irvine obviously staying right where he is. Irvine's never leaving that team. It's his team. Fitzwater retiring after season 8. Skylar Johnson pretty much confirmed to stay at the team. Very, very great performance. Eric Monaco almost confirmed to leave for a better ride. Oh, now it's a battle between former teammates and former rivals. This is Paulson versus Jackson for the 22nd position. Oh, but on the outside here, that's not an amazing place to make a pass, because this is where it's going to go wrong. Oh, and when you're forced behind someone in a 3 wide, being the 98, that's not going to work very well, but he is going to get on the inside of the 98, or the 89 of Philip Scott trying to battle with him. Not going to get there, still stuck in the 23rd position. Jackson, though, in the heat of a battle for a higher position. Ryan Monaco battling with William Brock. As it seems that Brock had made a mistake earlier this lap because he was ahead of Halleck at one point. As there we go, Nick Pericles about 2 seconds up on Scott Roush, but Roush a little bit faster than him. So maybe the battle's not over yet. Lorenzo Law going for a podium. His first podium in, God, since probably Watkins Glen last season. The second round of last season when he was still at Epic Motorsports. That was probably his last podium when he got P2. So moving up into a podium position now, Lorenzo Log trying to prove himself that he still has it. And a Log for Trailblazer up into P3. Where are his teammates? We know where Benoit is, but where's Bartlett? 27th. Ooh. Oh, Brock has a lot of damage. What happened to Brock? Oh, as they were coming to turn 1, Ryan Monaco would get a little too close to Brock, and they'd go around into the grass. And it would put both of them in the fence, and both of them would drop very far down. Not what they wanted. Not at all. That's not what anyone would want for anyone. But they are probably going to have to go into the pits for repairs very soon. They could make it to the end. Like, Ryan Monaco could pit now and make it to the end of the race. But he's dropped a few positions. Tough luck for William Brock, and a little too aggressive for Ryan Monaco. Not sure if they'll call him for a penalty. Maybe a small points penalty. Probably. Alright, so now, will he make up time this time? It was 3/10 the cut last time around for Roush on Pericles. How will the cut be this time? One. Oh, no. No cut. It's actually a loss for Scott Roush. 2/10 loss. But it's a gain for Lorenzo Log at a 1:10-1. So Lorenzo Log still gaining some time. Could Lorenzo Log win by the end of this race? That would be great. If he can get to the front. He's got a lot of time to do it, but it's kind of hard to make up time here. There is Perez now starting to be put under pressure by the 39. And now the 39 has no worries of anyone behind him. No Brock, no Halleck. He doesn't worry about anyone. Ooh, someone hit. Nice. 1,000th away from a 110, but he's in the 109s. Dak Jovic. As you look over at your fastest time, that is Ryan Monaco, whose race is now basically over. Down in P17 and expected to pit soon for damage repairs. We're pretty sure Brock's already in. Yeah. Ooh, that looked like a big time loss. Yeah, that was a huge time loss for Scott Roush. Roush! I don't know what just happened to you, but you lost a ton of time. Now he's got Lorenzo Log breathing down his neck here in Falcon Hill. It's a huge train behind Scott Roush. But Pericles was given the chance to run away. Something went wrong that last lap for Scott Roush, and now he's got the 2 to worry about. Pericles got pole position and only had a challenge from the 87 of Alexander Rowe. That was all the challenge he had. Rowe got it for a while, but then Pericles took it right back and hasn't looked back since. That's probably sprouts from the battling that's gone on from second back. Now Duncan's trying to join into it all. But a Log close to the 38. Doing the same thing that Pericles did to Rowe. Just kind of sat behind and did nothing for a bit. But he made a huge mistake there. Former teammates. It's Duncan and Rowe. P4 and 5. A mistake out of Rowe is just going to lead Duncan right down the inside of him. Because Duncan is right on him. And he's taking a little bit tighter lines every corner. Lorenzo Log, could he mount a challenge on the front straightaway? He's got the slipstream, he's just got to dive low. Can he slingshot him? Doesn't look like he can yet. Looks like they'll just keep this draft going for now. They're at 190. Down the inside, here it comes. Lorenzo Log, gonna give him a little tap. It's fine. As long as he keeps it civil, and he has. Lorenzo Log down the inside in 2s. If you had this line, you got the spot. Lorenzo Log gonna be going into P2 as long as he doesn't make a mistake here. He's got it. Alright. Lorenzo Log for Trailblazer has moved his way up to P2 now. He made the move on Rowe earlier. Now he's moved it up in front of Roush. Now can Lorenzo Log mount a challenge on the 98? Duncan still just lurking behind the 87. Now it's Thompson and Freeze closing up. Duncan, you gotta make a move sooner. You're gonna get passed. I believe I just saw Perez down the inside of the 39 of Bowers. Back for 10th. Not gonna get there. Perez, you were oh so close. But just not there yet. He's going a little wider in that corner, though. I'm not sure if that's benefiting, though, because they almost go on the grass on that curb. But it looks like it's worked for Carson Bowers. Ooh, a little wobbly out of Bowers and a great line out of Jimmy Perez. That got him just a little bit closer. Ooh, a Log starting to gap Roush. This could be hope that someone could get up to Pericles. Nope, 4/10 lost again. Looks like this is going to be another Halleck at Lime Rock Park situation. Lot of momentum lost there, which it's good that Lorenz defended the inside during that mistake. Defends the inside, is going to be able to get the position back. I see Duncan challenging Rowe on the outside. That's a little sketchy. Oh, but he's still there. He's right on him. Imagine how much this would be different if Rowe would have actually turned Pericles in 1 and 2 at the start of the race. We'd see Lorenzo Log in the lead right now. That would be incredible. Oh, Duncan putting on so much pressure on the 87. Rowe cannot like his former team owner breathing down his neck right now. It might be this time. He's gonna do the outside again. Maybe. Oh, he's awfully close. On the outside again. He likes this line. I don't know why, but he does. On the outside. He's gonna try to get the inside in the hairpin. Not gonna get there. Not a preferred line to be able to get that. So, Rowe gonna keep it once again. Wow. Now Pericles cutting off almost an entire second. This race is pretty much over. People might as well just pack up and get ready to go. Pericles may have just won this race. Lap 20, we expect a pit stop soon. Duncan now trying to go for it. Here he goes. Duncan down the inside of Rowe for the 4th position. This is the line you want to take. But too wide. Oh, Duncan. He just can't get there. Bowers going for the 9th position. Gonna get it from Carlson. No challenge. Maybe we won't have a pit stop. And if there's no pit stop, there's no hope to catch Pericles. Pericles won. It's over. Get ready for Brazil. Lorenzo Log right now in 2nd place, though. If anything does happen to Pericles, which I doubt, he'll be in the seat to win. Could try to undercut him. 5 seconds undercut. Be strange, even if there may not even be a pit stop. Did I do this wrong? I might have. A little bit out of character. I may have programmed the I&I wrong. And they may not pit at all. Well. But Pericles, lap 22 of 26. Lorenzo Log, 5.56 seconds behind. Fastest lap, still the 35, who is now most likely getting a decent penalty for that because Brock out of the race. And Ryan Monaco still in 17th. So there's going to be some action taken on Ryan Monaco now. If it wasn't going to happen before, it's going to happen now. Jovic looking hungry for more positions, more points. Oh. Oh no! Jovic! Your second in points just had a breakdown! Oh, Jovic! That was his big chance to gain a lot of points and possibly the points lead back from the 05. And something just went wrong in the 6 car. He is slow heading back to the pits. Very slow. Oh, is he even going to make it back? 30 miles an hour. I think the car just shut down. It did. Jovic will stop on track before he even reaches pit road. He's going to back up a little bit. Use what he has left to get up on the curb so that no one can hit him. Not a bad idea. Jovic. That's it. And that's going to shake up the points a lot. Just that. Just that little bit of trouble is going to completely shake up the points. I don't even know who would be close to the points lead now. Coming to 2 laps to go for Nick Pericles. Guess they didn't have to pit after all. Second place is Lorenzo Log's first podium since Watkins Glen Season 4. Something he's needed. A confidence booster he's needed. And Trailblazer really needing good performances, and this is one that is going to get them on the road to rank B for their first time in history. Scott Roush won earlier this season. Right now sits in third. Good performance overall. Duncan, I don't think you're going to get him. You've tried, what, 4 times now? I think Rose got this. But, yeah. There was an attempt, but P5 would be great for him nonetheless. And with no pressure from Jovic, I guess Perez doesn't have much to worry about now. Incoming penalty and his second strike coming for Ryan Monaco in his very last season. Good fight with Caldwell right now, though. I don't know who has the points lead anymore. It might be Paulson. No. Paulson's too far in points. He ain't gonna get it. Oh, but look at this battle. It's Paulson versus Scott versus Jackson. 3-way battle, but it's Nick Pericles. White flag in the air. Where is he? White flag for Nick Pericles. His season did not start off, like I said, his season did not start off as well as his teammates Scott and Arndt had a grasp on this championship at the start of this season, and Pericles was just in the back. But Pericles is one of the biggest legends of the sport, the first person to ever pull a double in SCS history back in Season 1. He's drove for many teams over the seasons and started at CJ Racing, went to Epic Motorsports, and has sat his place at Scott Ganassi Racing, and he does not look like he's going to leave anytime soon. And he'll join both of his teammates and will get Scott Ganassi their 3rd win of the season, and will make every member of the team win at least once this season out of the last corner, down the front straightaway, this long front straightaway, around the curve, and it'll be Nick Pericles taking career win number 5 as he will take the win in Canada. Lorenzo Log his first podium since Watkins Glen Season 4, and Roush will round out your podium. A great performance for Scott Roush. Rowe was able to hold off the 66 for 4th, Duncan in 5th, as now he makes the move. Good job, Duncan. You waited just a lap too late. Thompson in 6th, great comeback run after a mess season after Watkins Glen. Vince Freeze, great performance for Vince Freeze in 7th. Jordan in 8th. Carson Bowers in 9th. And Halleck will actually reach the top 10 after getting a 5-place grid penalty. Started 14th. Originally qualified 9th, but will end in P10. Carlson 11th. And there's Jimmy Perez, the one I wanted to focus on in P12. There's a few other people that we wanted to focus on. Jackson, 21st. Where is Arndt? 27th. It's good that he was able to get himself some points, but he lost a lot of progress in the championship, even with Jovic dropping out of the race. Ryan Monaco has been called in the steward's office for a 2nd time this season, and we'll have to discuss what goes on during the finishing results of the points, because it's a smaller penalty, not sort of Halleck situation, so we'll probably get the news very quickly. But congratulations to Nick Pericles and Scott Ganassi Racing, their 3rd win of the season. I believe the first team to get 3 wins this season. As Pericles brings it home, your pole sitter, and he got pole position, led a lap, led the most laps, and will win the race. He gets max points for the event. Great job for Nick Pericles. Let's go look at your finishing results. So it's Nick Pericles taking career win number 5 here in Canada at Falcon Hill. Maybe our first and last time you went to Falcon Hill. Lorenzo Log 2nd, Scott Roush 3rd, Alexander Rowe 4th, Duncan in 5th, Thompson in 6th, Freeze in 7th, Aron in 8th, Bowers in 9th, and Halleck will round out your top 10. Yeah, Jovic and Brock. Jovic did drop out of the race. We don't know what happened. We're not getting news on what happened to Jovic, but something went wrong in the car. Lost power. William Brock, ruined by Ryan Monaco, and you know Ryan's going to be called in. It might be something around the lines of like a 10-second penalty, which would drop him down to 23rd. Or maybe worse. But he is in Stewart's office now, and we will get the update by the time the points are calculated. So we'll keep you updated for that once we actually go to the points. But congratulations to Nick Pericles. This is a win he needed to turn his championship around. And he may be on the uprise to a championship eventually because his teammate had a terrible day. And the second in points from 13th, if I'm correct. Or it was 12th. No, it was 13th. From 13th, broke down. And Jovic, his day went from good to absolutely devastating. So, with all of the finishing results done, we're going to get the update on Ryan Monaco. Then we'll show you your points position. Alright, as John Art still leading your points after Falcon Hill. 16 points up on Scott Roush. Roush, great performance today. Was able to knock himself right up behind John Art and is right back in the thick of things where he was last season. Roush Racing could be on their way to a championship. Dak Jovic drops to third, 73 points back after breaking down mid-race. Paulson jumps up to fourth, along with Hal jumping from 6th to 5th, replacing Windhelm, who dropped from 4th to 6th place. Right now, there are 8 people who can take the points lead in Brazil. Aren't Roush, Jovic, Paulson, Halleck, Windhelm, Johnson, and Caldwell. All 8 of them are within the range of doing it. From there, you got Benoit Ravine down in 9th, 126 points back. A win to his name this season. 4 top 10s. Very impressive this season. Rowe, rounding out your top 10 in points. Rowe has gained 3 positions. He's getting close to the points battle again. Eric Monaco gains a position. Paul Jackson lost 2 positions, but still gained on your points leader, John Arndt. So he's still close. He's less than a race and a half off, so Paul Jackson could take the points lead within the next few races if he gets on form in the international tour as we've seen him in the past, which you never know. Pericles gained 7 positions, your biggest gainer from that race. Jumped from 21st to 14th. Your other biggest gainer, Stephen Thompson, from 30th to 24th, a 6th place jump. Iran, 27th to 22nd, a 5th-place jump. A lot of people jumped a good amount of positions today, but also had some big losers within the pack. Kieran Malcher lost 4 positions. Anderson lost 4. Stu Cole lost 4. Finn Guy lost 6. A lot of people lost a lot of position. But right now, John Arndt still your points leader after Falcon Hill going to Brazil. Scott Ganassi still leading the points just barely over Maverick. It's a great battle between the top 2, but then it's a scramble behind. Shock Allison, Epic Motorsports, Roush Racing, Clever Haas fighting for... Well, Clever Haas not fighting for the last 2 slots in Rank A since they are confirmed not going Rank A next season. But from there, Full Frontal over 100 points back. Then Fitzwater Australia, another over 100 points back. Fitzwater still in threat of Rank C. So right now they're in that position. Trailblazer close, HHR, Monarch, and Red Stallion rounding it out. Right now, we're heading into Brazil. We know how action-packed Brazil was last time, Armory Digital. And we'll have to see if we can see another unexpected winner there once again. After Julio Caesar won their last season, Julio then lost his ride at the end of the season. We'll have to see if he can get a ride back next season. I hope he does. He has a win. Let's see. Give me just a moment. Never mind. It registers Clever House Racing at 5 drivers, but that's because I forgot to put Ray and Bernauskas from the Royale into their respective teams, but into the part-timers category. But they have no points anyway because it's a no-points event, so it doesn't affect anything. But congratulations to Nick Pericles. Moves up to 14th in the points. He's on his way back up near the front. Congratulations to John Arndt being able to keep his points lead, but he's under pressure now. It's up to him to try to keep it from Roush going forward. And Jovic, always a threat, even after he broke down. So next time we're heading off to Brazil, back to Armory Digital Super Speedway for a second to last Super Speedway on the schedule before we head out way late in the schedule to Bermuda. But until then, guys, ciao.